Are you planning to give any competitive exam for your work, higher studies, or anything? Are you on the fence about whether you should be taking coaching or no? Or if you don't want to take coaching, then is it possible to self-study? So that question we are going to answer in today's video. The beauty of self-study is that you can choose your preparation strategy. There is no one above your head. Nobody can tell you anything with regard to this. Just because you are not taking coaching does not mean that you are any less than students who take coaching, because I know of students who have not taken any coaching but they have excelled extremely well. In this video, I'll take the example of NET exam, but it applies to all competitive exams without any doubt. Our timetable is essential, but I want to tell you something, I never made it because I find timetable is too rigid. There are two ways in which you can set your timetable. Hourly basis, like you time block things, which subject you will do at what hour that you do, or you give yourself a loose deadline, not even a deadline, a loose framework that Monday, Wednesday, Friday, these are the subjects and these are the topics. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, these are the subjects and these are the topics. So the second method is the one that I used for my preparation for all the competitive exams, and it has worked quite well for me. So you need to choose accordingly what works for you and what doesn't. Even if you are not taking a coaching or anything, it's better that you have a mentor. That mentor could be your college teacher, somebody who has already cracked that exam. I would suggest not speaking to those who have not cleared those exams, because their viewpoint is automatically even that level. I remember when I was preparing for NET, whoever I spoke to who had not cleared, they always had a negative viewpoint, and whoever had cleared, they always had something positive to say, and it really shaped, because you want to clear the exam, you don't want to fail the exam. Some institutes conduct free test series, free study material. So YouTube is the god of all this. There are several creators who actually have channels dedicated to providing free resources. If you can afford it, do go for test series. Okay, you can avoid study material, you can avoid going to coaching classes, but do buy test series. If there are any test series going on for free, that is well and good. If not, it is not a very big investment. What happens is we feel that we know something, but actually we may not know anything. The reality is quite subjective and it's different from what we think of ourselves. There are video lectures available on the internet, okay, YouTube, Google, or any of these sites. They have a certain section where some of the resources are free, so that you can check. Whenever you take video lessons, make sure that it is in line with your competitive exam. For example, the syllabus of NET Life Sciences and GATE is almost similar, but the way the questions come, that is quite different. I find NET to be more analytical than GATE. GATE I find more memory based. Take video lessons according to your competitive entrance exam, whichever exam you are answering. Another example could be of photosynthesis. If you just take photosynthesis, there are books and books which are written only on this topic. If you take NET Life Sciences, photosynthesis is unit 6, but there are books and books written on that. There are video lessons available on that. But is it valid for your exam? Material that you access should be framed in such a way that it helps you in the exam that you are preparing. You don't want to know the universe about photosynthesis. You want to know about things that come from the perspective of answering the questions. If you read everything and only this much questions are going to come, then what is the point of understanding so much? If you are very serious about preparation. Consistency over number of hours. This I've mentioned in my previous YouTube videos also. Many students keep wondering how many questions, how many number of hours to study. That all doesn't matter. What is more important is, are you doing it daily? One thing I would like to say about revision is that technique of active recalling. Okay, you can search on the internet for that. Active recalling means you do revision, you study for something today. Tomorrow, you don't just go and read it again. You ask questions about yourself. what I read yesterday, what were the main points, what questions can come. That is called as active recalling. If you just study today and revise the same thing tomorrow just by reading it, then there is no way you are challenging your memory. And one thing I would like to say that if you study everything but revision is not in place, then there is no way you can succeed. Revision forms the main pillar of any competitive exam preparation. Now, I may get into controversy because of this, but I want to suggest that if you are serious about preparation for competitive exam, then don't take break on Sunday. Okay, and I'll tell you why. When you are in that rigorous process of preparation, then anything that comes in between, your mind soon gets relaxed. Okay, it's like rubber. You stretch. One day holiday, it will come back. Instead of that, I would suggest take break for 2-3 days once you start feeling that things are not going in your head. Usually when you prepare for competitive exams, there comes a phase when you have absorbed so much that you cannot absorb anything more. Okay, that time you take 2-3 days break. Instead of taking it every Sunday, your brain should not expect that you are going to get rest every Sunday. This is something that is quite opposite to what I've preached on my channel earlier, because I'm all for mental health, taking rest at repeated interval. That doesn't mean that you cannot take rest for competitive exams. You can schedule it such a way that every day you get some rest, but at the same time majority portion should go for studying. There are two ways of staying positive. Okay, avoiding negative people, and secondly avoiding information overload. Now, second point, let me discuss first. We are living in an age where there is too much of information bombardment, and whenever there is too much of information, we constantly compare ourselves to what others are doing and how others are doing. So that is one way of sure shot failure. Coming to first point, staying away from negative people. When I was preparing for NET, many of them had not cleared, so they always used to keep telling me it's tough. People take coaching, still they don't clear. There is a difference between preparing and clearing. All these things logically may be true, but your preparation comes from heart. It doesn't come from logic. Don't let anybody else demotivate you for whatever reasons. Once you clear it, the same people will come to congratulate you. Concept stop method means nothing but whenever you are going through a line, okay? Now, let's take the example of photosynthesis only, because that is a topic which keeps coming to my mind. We had something called as phytochromes, far red light, and all that. So when it comes to any paragraph related to red light, it means I will try to stop for some time and see what it means. Not just reading blindly, understanding it, but how do you understand? Take each word and see if there is any association with that to others. A red light, for example, the other word that could be associated with it is far red. Then what is the wavelength of red light, and how is it different from far red? The wavelength is different. Then what phytochromes does it activate? You get my point, right? Stopping at every word, trying to understand its meaning and trying to understand how it associates with other concepts. This is one sure shot way of success when it comes to any kind of competitive exams, because these exams don't focus on memory. A portion may be dedicated to memory, but most of it is analytical and reasoning, and you cannot use the methods which you used for your previous years to get result in a different type of exam. When you are preparing, it is most likely that you will have lot of notes, whether they are written, typed or anything, lot of notes. Now, capsule course means what you do is of each topic, there will be a summary of each topic on one page. It should not exceed one page. So as the exam is getting near, you cannot go to the notes and study everything in detail, right? You don't have so much time. What you can do is refer to this concept, refer to this capsule course again and again, and in your free time go back to your detailed notes. This is one thing that helps a lot when it comes to revision. The first page of your detailed notes, I'm not talking about capsule ones, the detailed notes should have a mind map. What is a mind map? Mind map looks something like this, and it will summarize everything in a pictorial form. What is the difference between a mind map and a capsule course is, capsule course is slightly detailed. There are answers to every concept. If this is this, if phytochrome, what is the meaning? Far red light, what is the wavelength? There are answers in that. Mind map doesn't have answers. You are doing everything right, but how do you track progress? One thing that we discussed is ask your mentor, whoever it is. You have to evaluate your own progress as well. If you are taking any test series, what is the score? How many did you get right? If there are certain questions that you always get right, then that is your focus area. So understanding focus area is important. If there are any questions that you always get wrong, you have two choices, either to work on those or focus on your focus areas, on your strengths. So these are some of the choices that you have to make depending on your circumstances and what kind of results you get. Lastly, even if you want to take coaching, I would suggest 1 month of self-study, understand things how they are, and then go in for coaching. It gives much better grip and perspective. I'm thinking of doing a video for students who want to take coaching but are confused as to how to choose the right coaching institute and how to go about things when you are somebody who wants and has decided that you will take coaching. Let me know in the comments if you are interested in such a video. Till the next video, bye.